What's up? Honor Hammer 26. I'm here to give you my Ring of Honor final countdown toward Chicago review. Overall, this show is amazing. I loved it. Plenty of great stuff on here, and let's just get right to it. The opener, Petey Williams versus Rhett Titus. The match was a good opener. I'm going to give it 3 stars. This is probably Rhett's best singles match in Ring of Honor, and it just showed a lot out of him, showing how far he's come, and he's done something that no other student has done, is basically made me forget that he was a student, so he's come a long way, so I'm very, very impressed with Rhett Titus. Petey Williams did have a very good showing here. I like to see Rhett Titus maybe with Tyler Black, or not, well, he's not going to face Aries, but with the Strong, to see how he can do against a really person who can put on a great match with him and see if he can. Something that's an interest I have now after seeing this match. 3 stars, very good job. And basically, this is a good opener, a stereotypical, I guess, Ring of Honor opener. Just a good way and get the credit into it. Nothing more than that. Next we got a 6-man Mayhem match. Silas Young versus Alex Payne versus Rasche Brown versus Sal Rinauro versus Grizzly Redwood versus Kyle O'Reilly. This is Kyle O'Reilly's first main show Ring of Honor appearance. He looked okay. I mean, he really didn't get all that much chance to show himself. Basically, this match was just a 5-way squash by Rasche Brown, and it was very, very entertaining. Basically, all these men, except for Rasche Brown, weigh under like 200 pounds, maybe except for Silas Young, and he just like picked him up and threw him around the entire match once it got going, and then he just looked very, very impressive here. I said in my Dayton review that I wasn't a fan of him. This match made me a fan of Rasche Brown. 2 3/4 stars, very, very entertaining, and a good match. Well, it wasn't good. I mean, it was pretty good, but just basically, it was a very, very entertaining squash, which is good to see. Then we got Nigel McGuinness came out and didn't wrestle, but he talked about all of his things here in Ring of Honor and mentioned something about a really funny moment about Eddie Edwards, about him in Japan when he was with a Japanese ring rat, which was really funny. And basically, it was a great Nigel promo and another good thing on this show. Then we got House of Truth of Chris Nabel and Josh Raymond versus Brent Albright and Bobby Dempsey. This match wasn't as good as their one at the previous show in Dayton, but it was still okay. I liked it. I mean, this is probably the worst match on the show, and this match is not all that bad at all. It's 2.5 stars. I guess they ran out of people to book, because I think this is the only time that Bobby Dempsey and Brent Albright have teamed. I mean, just by themselves. So, I mean, Dempsey just looked okay here, not all that much. Brent Albright looked good. House of Truth did look good in my opinion. I mean, Chris Nabel did look okay. I mean, he didn't look all that great the night before in Dayton, but he looked okay here. Josh Raymond was impressive as always. 2.5, not that much here, but this is probably, as I said, worst match on the night. This just shows how good this card is, and just the worst match on the card is 2.5. I mean. Then we got a dog collar match, Jimmy Rave versus Necro Butcher. They had a match back in Man Mayhem 3, which was like a 1 3/4. It wasn't very good. I expected this match to be better because they had a weapon. This involved weapons that both Necro could use and Rave could use, because Rave was in the previous one with Punk at the original Manhattan Mayhem. And this match was great. I was very, very surprised how entertaining and fun this was, and how brutal it got in spots. They brawled all over the arena. I mean, when Rave and Necro brawled around the arena, I mean, this was how regaining from the awesomeness of the segment on the Dayton show that they had. When they're brawling around the arena, Necro slammed Rave into one of the walls, and you can see Rave's blood on the wall, which is kind of brutal and nasty in parts, but still, it was a very good match, very good ending. I liked it a lot. Nana's interference wasn't overbearing, but it still was there, which is what it needs to be, which is perfect. And Grizzly was kind of in Necro's corner, which was kind of just to even out Nana. It was a good move there. So 4 stars, very good here. But this was only the 3rd best match on the card. That shows how good this card is. Then we got, I think Bret Hart came out next. Yeah, it was Bret Hart, and basically he did a better speech than he did in Toronto, but it was good. But he talked about his match with Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. He talked about how Chicago was one of his favorite cities to wrestle in, and it was a long time coming that he should return to Chicago. It's basically the majority of his speech. Alright, next we got the Dark City Fight Club of John Davis and Corey Chavis versus the Young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson. This match was good. This is a rematch from the HDNet match, and this was maybe even a little better than an HDNet match because the HDNet match was an opener. So they got a little more time here, and it was a little better. I'm going to give this 3.5. Even a little better than their match with the Briscoes the night before. Not by much, but it still was a little better because this was given a little more time, and it wasn't. It was achieved its purpose. Basically, just setting up the 3 matches after it, and just the Young Bucks was very impressive here. The Dark City Fight Club has very good chemistry with with smaller guys, and it showed here. And there was a very, very interesting and unique finish that was very, very cool to see. I hadn't seen it before in Ring of Honor. I haven't seen that counter before in Ring of Honor, so that was very good to see. 3.5, as I said. Then we got to the grudge match, Colt Cabana versus Claudio Castagnoli. This was so funny. I mean, this match set up because at End of an Age, the last show in Chicago, Castagnoli, when he was in the match with Cabana, winning the team with Joey Ryan against Cabana and Albright, when they were balling around the arena, Castagnoli knocked down Colt Cabana's father. So that's how it was set up. Colt Cabana did, every time he did something, the crowd chanted boom, and of course every single time Claudio did something, they chanted hey. But it was very funny because as soon as he came to the curtain, everyone hey, and he was like, kind of really. It was kind of really funny. As soon as he came out, I was like, oh crap. So this was very funny. 3.25. This is better than him and Ryan at Death Before Dishonor Night 2. I mean, this wasn't as good as the match from the Homecoming 2 with Claudio, Jacobs, and Strong, because that match was just amazing in its own special way. But I'm going to give this 3.25. It was very, very good for what it was, and I was very, very happy with it. Then we got the 2 best matches on the card to end the show. First, it was first billed as a non-title match, the American Wolves versus the Briscoe brothers, Jay and Mark. But then Jay and Mark explained that they won the Honor Rumble back in Philadelphia on the HDNF tapings, and they were the #1 contender, so they deserved a tag team title shot, and they wanted it tonight. Kerry Silkin gave it to them, so this turned into a World Tag Team title match. And this match was great. I even go as far as to say it was great. This was a very, very, very different type of match. I mean, just the ending kind of is just unique, and just there's a lot of good spots. I mean, I think this is the first time in Ring of Honor I've seen a one-on-one match between the Briscoes and American Wolves, if I'm not mistaken. I know they faced it All-Star Extravaganza 4, but Nigel and Claudio were in that match. But first time together, and it was very, very great. I liked it a lot. I was going between 4 and 4.25 for this match. I decided to give it 4 because it still is a screwjob ending, even though it is a very, very cool screwjob ending, and you'll get to see why that is. But still, this is a great match. 4 stars. This sets up their final battle match perfectly, and I'm very, very impressed with it. 4 stars. Also, and they kind of started off very, very quickly, and they just kind of continued it, which was very, very cool. Alright, then we got the main event, which is Austin Aries versus Bryan Danielson for the Ring of Honor World title. This match was great, almost amazing. This is a strong 4.25. This is on Bryan Danielson's final countdown tour. This is better than any match on the Dayton card, including his with Chris Hero. Austin Aries and Bryan Danielson have very, very good chemistry. This is the best match that they went for the time they went that they've had in Ring of Honor. I mean, this is better than their match at Lord of Honor 6, Night 1, I believe, yeah, which is on the Greatest Rivalries home release. Better than their match at Honor Nation. Better than their match at Chaos at the Cow Palace. I mean, this match was great. They pulled out all the stops from this match. A lot of good counters. Just great mat wrestling. Just all the elements clicked in this match. I mean, I haven't seen the match from Testing the Limit, but I mean, that's the only match that I think is a great match between them that I haven't seen yet. So, but this is the best one I've seen of the ones I have. So, a strong 4.25 here, and then after the match, Danielson did at first not want to do a speech, but then came out and said he was going to do a speech. So, I said he was like easily persuaded, which was really funny. So, and then great end of the show. I'm going to give this show a 9.25. To this point in the year, Ring of Honor Show of the Year, and probably the second best independent show, only behind Enter the Dragon. But then we got Glow Honor 8, the final countdown the next week. So there's my review. See you guys later.